On this episode of The Road Chose Me, I'll explain and show you how Uganda went from ultimate paradise to this. After a long day of driving, I park the Jeep on a bit of a hill and get out to take a photo. I leave it in first gear and pull the handbrake as hard as I can, and then turn the engine off and double check that it's not going to go anywhere. I've only taken about 10 steps away from it when I see it start to move. Obviously the compression is low enough that the weight can turn the engine over. Before I've taken 3 steps to catch up to it, it's already rolled a car length, and then another, and then another. The front driver's tyre strikes the rock wall hard, and that kicks it over onto its side, smashing down. All of that happens in the span of about 2 seconds, and my head is absolutely swimming with the stupidity of what I've just done. I crumple onto the ground and wonder if this is the end of my dream. Maybe I've just destroyed the Jeep and I won't be able to continue. As I've gotten used to in Africa, people slowly materialise out of the forest and slowly start to offer help and come up with plans of how we can fix this problem. They're pretty sure they can push it back onto its wheels, though I'm sceptical. I use the winch across to a tree and I sit in the driver's seat with my foot firmly buried on the brake while they push on the rear corner. Amazingly, it does come up quite well, and with the winch to help hold it in place, it eventually plops back down on its wheels. While doing that, apparently the GoPro turned on. I didn't even know. This is the footage from when I picked it up out of the passenger footwell. This is pretty raw. You can see I'm pretty upset. So, I just rolled the Jeep. I can't believe I did that. All these people just helped me. They pushed and I used the winch off a tree. Oh my god. Look at this. This is a disaster. No windows are broken. I haven't looked at the hardtop yet. Side mirror's gone. I saw a big dent in the A-pillar. I'm not going to start the engine for a long time. I'm going to pull the pistons out, turn it over slowly. So, yeah, you could just leave it. Yes, please. But we need a rock. We need rock under the tire. A big rock. Yes, for each tire. Four of them. Okay. I noticed the GoPro was filming that whole time, so I don't know what it saw. I didn't turn it on, so I don't know what happened. But unfortunately, I just bought a bunch of beer to meet up with a friend of mine, so broken glass and beer is everywhere. Oh, eggs. Lots of eggs. No. I need a rock like this. I need four of them for the wheels.
The newspaper for reading.
Oh, this.
No, that one.
This is a map.
No, that one. That one there.
Yes.
That one there.
This one?
Newspaper. That is newspaper there.
Oh, the magazine.
Yes.
Ah, you want?
I want to
It is English.
Yes, I know to read.
Okay. Okay. It is travel.
Africa.
Yes. Many beautiful photos.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Let me send you in the morning.
So yeah, you can see this is ongoing. I reckon I'm going to be here for another 5-6 hours. Maybe I'll just sleep somewhere here. Oh my god, that's the dumbest thing I've ever done in my whole life. I don't even know. I reckon the Jeep will drive, it'll be alright. Hopefully I didn't bend the suspension, and I'll just have to go from here. That other side's not going to look pretty. I'll walk out there in a minute and show you. Just trying to get some rocks under the tyres so the same thing doesn't happen. Very good, thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay, now it should stop now. Snorkel took a beating. Guard flare stayed on, believe it or not. See a lot of fluid leaking, probably oil out of the engine. Let's have a look. Hardtop looks totally fine. I am stoked with that. I got no broken windows. I got door handles both disintegrated. Oh yeah, I lost the rear guard flare. I'll fix that a little bit. Landed on the wheel probably, but it looks fine. Don't think it landed on the rear bumper. Oh yeah, hard top damage, okay. So it did take a bit of fiberglass off the hard top. Let me climb up and have a look. Yeah, a bit of fiberglass damage there. But otherwise pretty cosmetic, all things considered. As long as nothing in the suspension's bent and as long as I can get it started. But I reckon I'm going to pull spark plugs before I try to start it. So this will be an operation, but that's alright, no rush. Alright. Maybe I survived to Jeep another day.
My friend.
So I was putting off opening the engine bay because I didn't want to see, but everything looks pretty orderly really. Leaked a little bit of coolant, leaked a little bit of power steering fluid, bit of engine out of the oil filler cap, but batteries didn't budge, air compressor didn't budge, everything pretty much stayed where it was supposed to. So I mean, oil didn't even leak out the head or anything, which is, didn't know that it would do that. I thought it might leak. So I'm going to get to work pulling out spark plugs here in a minute, and I've done more of a reconnaissance over here. I mean, this front door's got some damage, but she still works. I guess that's where the mirror came in and hit it, but the door works fine. Glass isn't broken on any door, which is really good. This rear handle's not going to work at all, but I can still open it from the inside, so it's fine. I just race taped this rear flare back on. I think I've got the little clips to be able to fix it properly later. And everything in the back here I think is fine. None of this even touched the ground, so I think I was lucky. So yeah. Lesson learned, I guess. What a stupid thing to do. The other side's fine, it didn't touch the ground. Yeah, so as long as nothing really bent on the suspension while she was upside down or on her side, I'm hoping she's okay. I didn't see anything leaking while it was on its side, so pull some spark plugs, see what happens. It got dark pretty quickly after that, and I didn't actually pull any spark plugs. I got lazy. Instead, it had been sitting on its wheels for about 4 hours, and I just slowly cranked it, not letting it fire 3 or 4 times before I did crank it and it fired right up. There was no black smoke, no coughing. It ran perfectly fine right from the first start. No doubt about it, I dodged a bullet on that one. I drive just 100 yards away and pull off the road and make camp on the property of one of the locals who stuck around to help. I continue to clean out the inside long past dark, and I'm immensely happy when the roof opens right up. Clearly it's not bent at all. Here's the photo I was trying to get in the first place. I don't think it was worth it. The Jeep seems to drive perfectly fine, and so I continue on. Alright, so I'm a bit further north in Uganda now, and I've just come across another one of these wonky trucks. Well, there's a lot of potholes here I'm going to have to dodge. So check this truck out. You got to watch it for a while. So it's driving straight, but look how far to the left the rear axle is. Move over a bit so you can see it. Look at this. The rear axle must be a foot to the left of the front axle. So the whole chassis must be that bent. Look at this thing. It's going in a straight line. I was just following it doing 55 miles an hour, doing 90 clicks, and it doesn't seem to have any problem going fast. But can you imagine how dangerous this thing is? I mean, I want to see it go around a really tight corner and see what happens. I don't even understand, like, is it just a bent frame, or I don't even know how that can happen. It doesn't look like the rear axle is moving separately to the frame. So I think it's just bent. But yeah, these are the kind of cool trucks that you see on the road over here in Uganda. We just got to a really potholed section. Look at this, when he turns, it just swings out, and under heavy braking it got really bad. Like, it looked like it was going to actually, the rear axle was going to get ahead of the front axle. He was going to completely oversteer. But look at that. When he turns, it's crazy. Look, pothole. it's like playing a silly car racing game, but for some reason you've been given the broken car. Driving without a passenger mirror on the wrong side of the road is actually really difficult and probably dangerous too. I keep my eyes out and I find some guys on the side of the road who assure me they can weld the aluminum mirror. It turns out they don't weld it at all. He just melts it with an oxy torch and then pushes the aluminum around with a steel rod until it more or less kind of makes a connection. A little bit like soldering electronics. It looks pretty bad, but it feels really strong. And after I file it for a while, it fits right back into the bracket and I once again have a working mirror. I also dismantle and fix the rear flare with clips I had on board as spares. Uganda has been absolutely stunning, and despite my huge mistake, I still have enjoyed it immensely. I cannot wait to come back.